Welcome back, students. In this video, we will review lessons 11 to 19. Exercise 1. To review expressions of comparison in questions. Listen to the statement, which contains an expression of comparison. Ask a question about Mary in a similar situation.
For examples. John is taller than Fred. Is Mary taller than Fred?
He took a bigger one. Did Mary take a bigger one?
John has the blackest hair in class. Does Mary have the blackest hair in class? Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 2. Listen to the statement which describes John. Produce a statement which compares Paul. John is young. Paul is younger than John. John is patient. Paul is more patient than John. John has a good car. Paul has a better car than John. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 3. Listen to the statement about one or more people. Produce a statement of comparison about Mary. There are many good students in this class. Mary is the best student in this class. Jane and Betty are charming. Mary is the most charming. Jane and Betty are pretty. Mary is the prettiest. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 4. Substitute the following words, and make the necessary changes. John talks like his father. Same. John talks the same as his father. Differently. John talks differently from his father. As clearly. John talks as clearly as his father. Loud. John talks as loud as his father. Languages. John talks the same languages as his father. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 5. Produce a statement which summarizes the situation. The coat is small. John can't wear the coat. The coat is too small for John to wear. John wants to play ball. He is eager. John is very eager to play ball. John will do the work. He is ambitious. John is ambitious enough to do the work. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 6. Listen to the following examples. This book belongs to John. This is John's book. The book is interesting in the beginning. The beginning of the book is interesting. This is Webson College. Mr. Smith is president. Mr. Smith is president of Webson College. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 7. Produce equivalent statements without using the word book. John may use my book. John may use mine. He bought another book. He bought another one. Or, he bought another. I have Mary's book. I have hers. Your book is on the desk. Yours is on the desk. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise.
Exercise 8. This exercise is to review yet, still, already, and any more. Listen to the questions, and the words which follow. Answer the questions, and use the words in the answers. Use any more, and yet, in negative statements, and already, in affirmative statements. Use still, in negative and affirmative statements. For example, where is John? Still. John is still eating breakfast. Have they studied lesson 5? Already. They've studied it already. Has the class studied lesson 6? Yet. It hasn't studied it yet. Does John work here? Any more? John doesn't work here anymore. Now, please do the following exercise, based on the examples given. You can pause the video while doing the exercise. Exercise 9. Answer the questions with the verb given. What does he want? Buy. He wants to buy a book. What did John expect? Get. John expected to get a letter today. What do they like? Swim. They like to swim in the lake. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 10. Listen to the statements. Ask parallel questions about Bob. I can see the top of the mountain. Can Bob see the top of the mountain? You should report to the director immediately. Should Bob report to the director immediately? Mary must hand in her composition today. Must Bob hand in his composition today? Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 11. A. Listen to the statement about John, and make a related statement which shows that John is undecided, or that some action is possible. Use might and the verb given. John wants to go to the play, but he is undecided. Go. He might go to the play. John is thinking of buying a car. Buy. He might buy a car. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. B. Listen to the following situations about Tom. Produce a related statement. Show what he is able to do. Tom is a good musician. Play. He can play the piano. Tom has no time to see you today. See. He can see you tomorrow. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. C. Listen to the situation about Bob. Indicate what Bob has the obligation to do in this situation. Bob has low grades. Study. He should study harder. Bob is wanted by the director. Report. He should report to the director. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. D. Listen to the situation about Fred. Make a judgment and tell what he is required to do. Fred is late for his class. Hurry. He must hurry. Fred wants to study engineering. Take. He must take courses in math. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. E. Listen to the situation. Make a statement about Paul which indicates that he has, or does not have permission. Paul has permission to be absent. B. He may be absent. Paul asked to use the laboratory. He was refused. Use. He may not use the laboratory. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise.
F. Listen to the situations about Mary. Indicate what Mary is, or is not going to do. Use will, and the verb which is given. For example, Mary is standing in the rain. Get. She will get wet. Mary missed the grammar class today. No. She won't know her lesson tomorrow. Now, please do the following exercise, based on the examples given. You can pause the video, while doing the exercise. Exercise 12. Substitute the following words. I want to see the director. Must. I must see the director. Have. I have to see the director. Speak. I have to speak to the director. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 13. Listen to the statements. Repeat the statements, and use pronouns like him, it, them, etc. I woke up John at 10 this morning. I woke him up at 10 this morning. I put my hat on. I put it on. I got out of the boat. I got out of it. Now, please do the following exercise, based on the examples given. You can pause the video while doing the exercise. Exercise 14. Answer the questions with a short answer. You may make your answers affirmative or negative. Can you read his writing? No, I can't. Whose book is this? Mine. Is there going to be a concert tonight? No, there isn't. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 15. Answer the following questions with it's or it. Who is it at the door? It's John. What do you think of the movie? It's terrible. Why are you waiting? It's too early to go to the play. Why didn't you go to the restaurant? It wasn't open. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 16. Answer the questions with there is, or there are. Where is there a gasoline station? Baker Street. There's one on Baker Street. Where can I find a telephone? Room. There's one in the next room. Do you have any matches? Table. There are some on the table. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 17. Listen to the statement, and the verb which follows it. Include the verb, and the statement in another statement. John is a good student. No. I know that John is a good student. Mary wore a green hat to the tea. Remember. I remember that Mary wore a green hat to the tea. He has a cold. Suspect. I suspect that he has a cold. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 18. Listen to the statements. Combine the statements, using the words who, which, or that. The book is here. I want it. The book which I want, is here. John is a good student. He works hard. John is a good student, who works hard. The math teacher is my friend. John visited him. The math teacher that John visited, is my friend. The math teacher is my friend. He visited John. The math teacher that visited John, is my friend. Now, please do the following exercise, based on the examples given. You can pause the video, while doing the exercise.
Exercise 19. Listen to the statement about John. Indicate that you know the information. Use I know, plus an embedded statement, introduced by what, where, etc. John studies in the morning. I know when John studies. John studies algebra and physics. I know what John studies. John is talking to Fred. I know whom John is talking to. Professor Smith met John. I know who met John. John works for a living. I know why John works. Now, please do the following exercise, based on the examples given. You can pause the video while doing the exercise. Exercise 20. Listen to the statements. Make the word which receives the action. The director wants John immediately. John is wanted immediately. I saw the book on the table. The book was seen on the table. They took him to the hospital. He was taken to the hospital. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 21. Listen to the statements. Produce related statements with ing and past participle forms after be. John amuses us. John is amusing. We are amused. They entertained us. They were entertaining. We were entertained. The newspaper convinced Mary. The newspaper was convincing. Mary was convinced. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 22. Answer the following questions. Use the verb constructions indicated in the question. What have you been doing lately? I've been taking a course in math. What does he have in his hand? He has a coin in his hand. What had you been working on when I came? I had been working on my grammar lesson. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause the video while doing the exercise. Exercise 23. To review have, plus the past participle form. John is a good student. Study. John is a good student, but he hasn't studied since November. They work hard. Complete. They work hard, but they haven't completed an assignment since Tuesday. They earn a lot of money. Buy. They earn a lot of money, but they haven't bought a car since 1965. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 24. To review have been, plus the inform. John is a good student. Study. John is a good student, and he has been studying hard lately. They work hard. Complete. They work hard, and they have been completing their work lately. They earn a lot of money. Buy. They earn a lot of money, and they have been buying a lot of clothes lately. Now, please do the exercise, based on the examples given. You should continue with items of exercise 23. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 25. Listen to the statements in past time. Repeat the statements, and add other statements, which express an action which occurred previously. He recovered. Get. He recovered, after he had gotten sick. He waited. Miss. He waited, after he had missed the bus. He answered. Receive. He answered, after he had received the letter. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 26. Listen to the two statements. Combine them in a single statement. I was studying. John came. I had been studying before John came. I was studying. I took a walk. I had been studying before I took a walk. He was reading. Mary telephoned. He had been reading before Mary telephoned. Now, please do the following exercise based on the examples given. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 27. Answer the following questions, using a personal pronoun, or an indefinite pronoun. Use the word yesterday, in your answer. Have you ever seen an elephant? Yes, I saw one yesterday. Have you ever seen any white horses? Yes, I saw it yesterday. Have you ever seen my cat? Yes, I saw some yesterday. Now, please do the following exercise, based on the examples given. You can pause the video while doing the exercise. Well done, students. You have finished chapter or lesson 20.
We hope you enjoy it.
We also hope you keep practicing.
See you again in the next lessons. Bye.
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 Bye.